Hidden causes of poor sleep. Why aren't you sleeping? Let's address some of the possible hidden causes of poor sleep. And looking at it from the perspective of hormones first, we certainly want to consider things like progesterone for ladies and testosterone for men, because those can significantly impact our sleep. We also want to consider relaxing neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin, if those need to be nourished in some way. We want to look at blood sugar stability for sure, because if our blood sugar is dropping out in the middle of the night, we're not going to sleep well. For sure, we're going to wake up and it's going to kick up our cortisol, and then we're going to be wide awake. So we want to look at adrenal gland function as well. If we're overproducing cortisol or norepinephrine, adrenaline, we're going to be wired and not be able to sleep well. And we want to look at melatonin, but too many times many people too quickly go to melatonin, and it's certainly not an answer for many people. But those are some of the things that we would want to look at in relationship to the hormonal system and to sleep. Then we want to look at the immune system, and we want to ask, does this person have a hidden infection? Do they have chronic sinus infection, bladder infections, prostate infections? Do they have infections in their gut? Do they have a parasitic infection? All those things are going to cause activation of the cytokines or immune messengers, and those are going to directly impact the brain and throw off our sleep. So we want to ask, does this person have an infection or another immune issue? Then we want to look at detoxification. If the person is dealing with heavy metals or other toxins that are slowing their liver down, and their liver gets so stressed and so congested that they wake up in the early morning during the circadian time for liver. And then we want to look at the neurological system. Is it just simply things out of alignment in their neck that's irritating their nervous system? They can't get comfortable. Is there a structural issue where they can't lay on the shoulder or they can't lay on their back, and that's creating problems for them with sleep? Is the circadian clock off? And that is the timing of the energy flow through different organs or meridians at different times of the day. And for example, gallbladder time can be 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. That's in daylight savings time anyway. Liver from 2 to 4, lung to 4 to 6, large intestine 6 to 8 a.m., that sort of thing. We're going to look at that circadian rhythm. And if that's off, we can look at things that are challenging that circadian rhythm. Perhaps something that you're taking is throwing your circadian rhythm off. Perhaps there's a current emotional stress that's throwing your circadian rhythm off, and we deal with that in QNRT, quantum neuro reset therapy. And so we want to look at, is the nervous system being impacted? Is the circadian rhythm off? Then we want to look at things like brainwave patterns. And I'm going to see, got a chart here, and the way I'm doing this video may not show properly here, but we want to look at the relationship between the slow brain waves and the fast brain waves in the back of the brain. And we do something called quantitative EEG at our office, which measures those brainwave patterns. And if we see too low ratios between the slow waves and the fast waves, or the concentration waves, that can affect racing thoughts and poor stress tolerance. And then when we close our eyes, if those ratios drop even more, especially if they drop below 1, we know that that person is going to have a significant sleep problem, and we can likely help them improve their sleep by neurofeedback or training of the brain, where there's some sensors on the scalp and on the ears. The computer is set when those slow waves increase and the concentration waves decrease, especially with eyes closed. Then the music plays and the sound plays, and it trains the brain to go into a healthier brainwave pattern for sleep. And then of course we want to look at some of the significant other things as far as lifestyle, like not overeating right before bed, sleeping in a darkened room. Another one many people don't think about is the factor of EMFs. A lot of people sleeping with cell phones near their head of their bed, especially in transmitting mode, it can throw off their circadian rhythm. Some people are sleeping with these Apple Watches And I'm just telling you, it's throwing the brain off on the opposite side, and it's creating cranial nerve disturbances or stress on the cranial nerves, which are going to impact your airflow during sleep and all kinds of things. So we really got to look at electromagnetic fields. So if we can look at some of the hidden causes, and there may be many others, but these are some of the key ones that we will deal with in our office and the ways that we will address it. If we can find those hidden causes of poor sleep and solve them, you can be so much healthier because your body can get into rest and repair properly. The brain can repair itself, the body can repair itself, and you will be much healthier during the day, have much better energy, much better focus, and much better brain health for the long run. So if you have more questions on this, email me at drwinters@winterswellness.com. Be sure and watch some of our other related videos to QNRT, to neurofeedback, and to quantum neurology. And you can learn many, many things, how you can help yourself and how we can help you. And we also want to, while I'm thinking of it, train our vagus nerve, because our vagus nerve is the rest, digest, and repair part of our nervous system. And I would refer you to our video on the hummingbird exercise for that. So be sure and like us on Facebook, subscribe to us here on YouTube so you can see our future videos, and let's help you get healthier. Contact us at drwinters@winterswellness.com or 270-554-2141.